Hey, everybody. Happy Monday, and welcome to another segment of Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide. I'm your host, Sabrina Taylor, and it is so good to be back. I've been gone for like a minute, just a little bit, um, just regrouping and preparing, honestly, for the end of the season. So, I may have a handful um, of these segments left for this year, and then we always shut down, and then we regroup in January. But until that time, I've got a very, very special guest tonight that is waiting in the wings to chat with you guys. But you know what? Before we do that, I always like to acknowledge all of you guys on Facebook. Hey, Facebook. I love you. Thank you guys for being just so faithful and coming in and sitting and chatting with us. Make sure that you share, you tag, you invite. Let everybody know we are on the air and we are here with Mare. Listen, all you YouTubers, I am not forgetting you. I appreciate you so very much. Come on in this room and subscribe. Don't forget to do that, okay? Well, listen, it's a beautiful, beautiful Monday. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Now we start all over again. We're working our way down to another Friday. Yes? Oh my goodness. Listen, I want you guys to come on in this room because we're going to start chatting with our very special guest, Mare. Hey.
Can't hear.
You can't hear anything? Okay, do me a favor. Go out and then come back in. So yeah, just go out and come in.
Leave.
Go out and come back in. Yeah. So we're having some problems. Technically, our guest can't hear me, but that's what happens when you go live. You know what I mean? Um, it's been a great day. I am preparing so many new things for 2027, and I want you guys to share with me some of the artists that maybe you've seen along the way that has not been on this platform. Our team will take a look at them, and then we'll review and see, if they fit the format, then we can share them. I always like to have input from the family because, there's so much great music and sometimes I miss it. I do, right? So I want you guys to start looking for some of that talent that you see on Instagram and Facebook. And if there's somebody that you think really fits the bill, you know what I'm looking for because this is not your first rodeo. So if you see somebody, shoot me an inbox and say, hey, you know what? I think we need to have this person on the platform. Well, it looks like our friend is back. And can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. We're dealing with technology these days, and so
Yeah.
just so happy you're
I'm glad I can hear you. I'm glad to be on the stream.
Oh, good, good. It's a wonderful. It's really an honor having you. I don't even know. I've shared before. Sometimes I'm just scrolling, scrolling, and scrolling on Instagram, and then there is this unique sound that I hear, and those unique voices always just captivate my ear. And you were one of those unique voices.
Oh
And
wow, thank you.
yes, absolutely. Oh, come on. We're going to talk about that throughout the segment. And what I want you to do is share with everybody, if you don't mind, where you are actually from originally.
Yes. So I am originally from Philly. born and
Yeah.
raised.
Yeah.
And I have just been there my whole life. Right now I'm in Dallas, Texas, which is
Sure.
ironic because I'm on Central Time. But I commute. I love going back and forth home to Philly. Philly is home base.
Oh my God. So Philly is a very special place. Yes.
Absolutely.
And I mean musically. Are there any luminaries, since we're talking about Philly? It's not one of my questions, but I'm nosy, so I want to know. Are there any luminaries that have come out of Philly that has influenced you today?
Well, sure, for sure. I think Philly is just the mecca of just so many things surrounding music.
Sure.
So, like a lot of influences have come from Philly. Like Patti LaBelle, of course, who is still performing.
Phenomenal.
You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
Jasmine Sullivan, who
Yep.
is, I think, a inspiration of all of the greats. And just found her way and became her own. I think those two names just come to mind. There's so many more, but
Of
we're talking
course.
about Black women that have dominated their roles in their, you know, respective lanes. I think of those two for sure.
Do you? Wow. And you know what? When you said Patty, I just literally I have chill bumps that are, that she is just the epitome of beauty and style and grace. And I grew up watching her. And one of my friends, her name's Castella. She's out in LA. She had an opportunity to bump into who bumps into Patty at the
Uh-huh.
airport, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
And Castella is such a graceful lady herself, and there she was with a picture sitting next to Patty, like she had known Patty all of her life. I said, "Oh, I'm so doggone jealous." Oh my
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
And
So,
and Phyllis Hyman too. She's another name that just came to
oh,
mind.
yep,
Just a powerhouse vocalist. And yeah, they're coming now. They're coming. Everybody's
yeah,
coming
yeah, absolutely.
into thought.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Mayor, I want everybody to learn about you tonight. Why I was so excited about um, the multiplicity of the layers of who you are and what you've done, and the skill, the talent. We want to start at the top. The top could be the bottom and the bottom could be the top. But
Hmm.
I want you to talk about, um, for me, the artist everyone hears when you perform. Um, or I'll say it this way, I want to meet that person underneath all of that talent that I just talk about, all the layers. I mean, the keyboard is the producer, the singer, and on and on and on. And who is Mayor when there's no microphone, when there's no keyboard, when there's nobody expecting anything from you?
Mare is very reserved, very,
No.
very quiet, very shy,
Yeah.
very, very introverted. I used to think I was a complete introvert, but I think it's like there's one of them that it's like you come alive around certain people,
Sure.
like you have your moments where you're not 100% quiet, but certain people bring more life out of you. So I'm
Mhm.
that. Like I know how to change. I know how to be a chameleon with my environments, but
Yeah.
I'm very reserved. I like, just sitting with myself and having a nice glass of champagne and I'm okay. Like I'm happy.
Man, that
It does not
self-care, that self-care is amazing. I mean,
it
you're like,
doesn't yeah. It does not take a lot for me to just enjoy life and just be like I was just sitting at the water earlier for like 2 hours, just enjoying myself. I'm really a simplistic type of person. And I think when I become and I walk into my artistry, there's a certain it's almost like spiritual. I have to tap into something that's way bigger than myself when I'm performing and when I'm songwriting, because I'm unleashing, like you said, certain things that people would not expect. Every time someone hears me sing, and I lie to you not, anywhere I go, everywhere I sing, someone comes up to me and says, "All that voice and that small body."
I'm telling you, that's what I said. I said
So
this is so right.
yeah, it,
Yeah.
it I'm just a ball of unexpectations. Like that's who I am.
Oh my God. And they are so right. Um, Smoke said so pretty and extremely talented. And he's right. You
Thank
are.
you.
Oh,
Thank you.
absolutely. Absolutely. 10 years from the UK, and she's just such a faithful supporter of the show. I'm so glad to have you here. I wasn't on last week, and she said, Sabrina, where are you? It's like, not a show this week, but hang around. I've got someone special. And so she's sharing too. She's saying, hey, that's me. That's her Leo thing. So absolutely, absolutely. We've got Kat Carter, somebody else that I'd like to introduce you to, Mayor. Uh,
Yes.
Kat Carter is such an amazing interviewer, and I say this so much now because I think it needs to be said. There are a lot of vodcasters on Facebook and Instagram. I'm not in competition with any of those people because my lane is my lane is my lane, right?
Yeah.
And only recently has it kind of pricked my heart to start collaborating with some of these other platformers. And so even before that, I always would share my guests with Kat Carter.
Mm.
And so I want you guys to connect and
Absolutely.
sit with her and share with her audience as well. She's such a beautiful lady. You'll love her. You really love her.
Would love to do that. Hi,
Okay.
Kat.
Hey, Cat Sis, how are you? So I want to ask this, and we were talking about all these level of of gifts that you have. You're a musician, you're a songwriter, you're a vocalist, you're a producer. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm sure there's something in there that I
Music
um
director.
okay. See, she's an MD. Oh my goodness. Do you remember the first time you you said, "Wait a minute, I really love this. I want to do this um, for real, for real. I don't want to just play around with this because people say I can sing. Because normally that's what you hear. Girl, you can sing. You ought to go here. You ought to do this."
Hmm.
Was there a transitioning moment for Mayor that let her know this is the time for me to do this beyond just liking what I'm doing?
Well, I'm trying to think of like a very vivid moment, but the only thing that's coming to my mind right now is a lot of time that I've spent alone as a child, on YouTube on my computer.
Ah,
And I was just really fascinated with live performances. So I would YouTube. I don't even know like how I was like YouTubing Earth, Wind and Fire live,
yeah,
Pharrell live,
yep.
but I would watch their tours and I would like
Mhm.
study just the essence of being a performer at an early age and take a deodorant bottle and use that
There
as a
you go. That's your
microphone.
microphone.
And I would imagine myself in front of about 15,000 people in my room just singing and performing. And I this is something that I actually thought about recently, that I was doing early on without anyone having to have to tell me to do it.
Sure.
So I think that was just something that was divine, that
Yep.
was in me
Yep. I
from
agree.
just the beginning. There's not like I was trying to think of like a performance or somewhere I was, but it just really started early.
Early.
And I also credit that to my mom putting me in music lessons, like piano lessons. I started at the age of 3. And then
No
just seeing
way.
my family sing and being around a lot of singers, I think that like enforced my passion a little
Sure.
bit more. So I would have to credit really my upbringing.
Yeah. Was there an emotional vibe? When you're small, young, early on, you don't really know what that thing is that I'm feeling. A lot of artists say I stepped up on stage and I loved what I felt. But you seem to kind of be an introvert almost, you know what I
Mm.
mean? So, in your time by yourself with that makeshift microphone, I mean, was there a close your eyes moment and a vibe or something you felt that con- completely submerged you in a Whitney song, a whatever song you made, a Aretha song, and I'm just naming names because I don't know that those are the people that you listened to,
Hmm.
but whatever you were delving into, was there a particular emotion that you would feel as you were doing these particular songs by certain people?
Yeah. So I come from a gospel background,
Mm,
and a lot of my family members are singers. I mean, like can
they
really
sang.
sing. They know what they're doing, you know,
Yeah, they
when they get on a
sang. They sang.
microphone.
Yeah.
And I watched that. I watched my aunt, perform at like a lot of her concerts. And I would just watch the emotions that she would
Yep.
embody.
Mhm.
And I would scan the room and see how it made people feel.
Sure.
She would kind of like start walking down aisles and, just really get people into what she was singing about.
Yep.
And I learned early on that I was a sponge. Like I'm taking in this, like this
Mhm.
is something that I've found out that I can apply to, how I tell stories musically. So
Yeah.
I think that was the moment for me, kind of just watching my aunt do it. And she's,
Mhm.
still doing it, but I always credit her. I don't I have, I know a lot of artists may give their inspirations to, you know, celebrities and stuff like that, or
Mhm.
more historical representations in music. But,
Yeah.
my story is I watched my family.
Family.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm listening to you because I guess that's the normal thing. As you were talking about that makeshift microphone, mine was the handle of a brush. Turn
See,
upside down.
anything
Yeah.
that's just anything in the
Moving the
house that you can
microphone.
get a hold of is fine, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, and you're right because, my family wasn't that deep into music. I do say, hey, my influences were, and then there's this line of, but I think it's so interesting when you can say, hey, it's my family. These are the ones who really took my breath away. It's like, oh my God, I want that. I want that.
Mhm.
Because that's close. That's intimacy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's the word.
Yeah.
Intimacy, yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I want us to take the first break. I could chitter and chatter all night with you. I love the connectivity already,
Mhm.
but we need to take our first break. And then when we come back, we're definitely going to go deeper and
Okay.
chat a little bit more. Everybody, thank you for coming in. Don't forget to invite and let people know Mare is here. You know, you guys are going to love her voice. If you haven't already checked her out, because most of them will go and say, let me see who this is that Sabrina's
Mhm.
talking about.
You won't be disappointed.
You will not. You will not be disappointed. So you guys hang out. We'll be back in just a little bit right here on Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide. Stay close. The Music Note Boutique has returned. offering must have lifestyle go tos from indie artist Reveal worldwide. Grab your Black is the New White mug, our 25-ounce hot cold travel cup, and our classic teas. Available in an array of colors. Get your essentials now. Visit us at etsy.com/shop/. The Music Note Boutique. I'm Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of the indie platform Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide, where the artist shares their story and I premiere their latest release. Connect with Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide here, Mondays on Facebook and YouTube, 7:30 p.m. Central. Hey, everybody. Okay, let's try that again. Let's do that one more time. It is so dry in this studio.
Oh
Welcome back
man.
to the show. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I am just amazed, Mayor, at we talked about this at the top of the show, how tiny you are and all that great big voice that comes out of you. Um, and it's almost like because and hear my heart when I say this. Because I didn't know, I had to do my research and I found out you were actually a real person because AI has just taken over, to some degree.
Yeah.
It's making its mark and it's doing its thing, but the one thing AI cannot do is duplicate soul. It never has, it never will. It does what it does. It's a tool, it's a resource. That's a whole other live that we can talk about. But I find that it can't reach the depths like a real person can. It doesn't have a heart. When I say soul, it doesn't really have a heart. It just does what you tell it and prompt it to do.
Mhm.
But when I was listening to you, it was like, okay, who is she? Where'd she come from? Who can you if somebody were to ask what kind of artist you are, uh, to me would be a multiplicity of very complex thing. But for you, it might be easy for you to tell it versus how I can tell it. What would be your answer to what kind of artist you would say that Mare is?
Well, I think, multifaceted is definitely a part of the word that I would use.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I found out, honestly, within this past year was utilizing all of my gifts and talents. And that
Hmm.
was not something that I was too sure of doing in the past as a producer and as a songwriter, not really taking advantage of the fact that, you know what, you do have classical training, you'd have classical piano background,
Yep.
and you have been songwriting, you have been singing live, so why not utilize that when creating a song and form some type of temporary contemporary R&B out of that. So what I've been able to do on the album that I just released was, bridge the gap between the classical, the R&B, the gospel,
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah.
songwriting, the production. And I think that's who I am. Just embracing all that is of me, and that is being, this Black girl that is a dynamic powerhouse alto vocalist.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And having you say that, it just occurred to me to ask you, does the musician in you ever challenge the vocalist in you
Oh, I would say
or vice versa?
they've connected on
Yeah.
an equal playing field as of
Mm,
as of lately.
okay. Yeah.
Because it's such a loaded question.
It is. It is. Yeah.
I think because I've been in a lot of bands and I've been in the musicianship world,
Mhm.
sometimes it's a little difficult to not overpower the musicianship um, above the singer
Sure.
or songwriting. So what I mean is sometimes there's not a lot that the people that I'm trying to engage with, as far as the general public is concerned, can
Mhm.
understand on a musician level. You
Oh,
know, there's like, there's regular ears, and then there's
yeah.
like musician ears.
Yes,
You know what
that's
I'm
right.
saying?
I do. I
And
do.
sometimes you can't always reach
Nope.
regular ears if
Mhm.
those musician ears are working all the
Mhm.
time. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people don't know what a flat five is. A lot of people don't know what a double sharp is. A lot of people don't know what, treble clef and bass clef is, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
how do you make that make sense? I think I've learned to have a formula of really just going to the root again of what it takes to, just make a song and make people feel. So it goes back to what we talked about earlier with, the things that pulled me in
Yeah.
as a listener and as
Yep.
somebody that watched. I've just been able to bring them on the same playing field, if that makes sense.
It does. And I
Yeah.
guess where I was going to get to is the reason I asked that question is because is is there sometimes a way that you communicate deeper through your instrument than you can your vocal, because both are instruments, the voice and whether it's the piano or whatever you're playing. But do you find that what you can't say vocally, you can say better as a musician, or the other way around? Does that make sense?
So it's the other way around for sure. I would say that what I can't communicate while playing,
While playing?
I can definitely
Yeah.
do that when I'm singing.
Wow.
Yeah, singing has so playing the piano. I started playing the piano, and I'll give you the backstory. I started playing the piano again when I was 3.
Yep.
Singing didn't come until later on. It was almost like I was hiding
Ah.
it from people.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when I finally started singing, it was just like, where did that come from? It's
Exactly.
everyone's reaction.
Yeah.
So that was more meaningful to me. The fact that yeah, you all know I know how to play, but the singing holds more weight.
Correct. Yep.
And yeah, that's how I look at it.
Yeah. It leaves an indelible impression, like no other. And I'm amazed at the the bottom that you have, the
Mhm.
depth that you have. You know, and I'm not saying you are an Anita Baker, but I'm saying what the skill that she can do with that contralto kind of
Yeah.
sound is so amazing.
Mhm.
It's like, oh my God, did y'all hear that?
Yes.
Ah,
I think
so
it's definitely an underappreciated
it is.
thing
Yep,
sometimes,
it is.
because of course when people hear the word like sing, or they want to be taken to a place when
Yep,
they hear singers,
yep.
you always automatically think that somebody has to be screaming or somebody
Mm,
has to be hitting like this outrageous high note.
yep.
And how do I know that? Because one time I auditioned for American Idol,
You
and
did?
oh yeah, like so many the voice in American Idol, I'm everybody that keeps asking why you should go. No, I shouldn't, because I've
I've been there, done that.
stop asking singers that. Everybody, just leave it alone. If you hear somebody that's really good, just
Yeah.
don't let the question, you should go on, why haven't you gotten on American Idol? Just don't let that slip out, because 9 times out of 10, they've tried it.
Wow.
And American Idol and The Voice have their own
It's a
way
whole world.
of,
Hmm.
looking and scouting for what they want, which is
Yeah.
totally fine. But I,
It
I
is.
auditioned one time, and I said, to start off my whole spiel of who I was I said I have a big voice. And I sang the song. And at the end of it, they looked, like they were
Wow.
pleased with me singing. But the one lady said, "Well, where was the big voice?" And I was like, okay,
Oh God.
you don't get it. You don't understand what I meant by that. And that's fine, but it's an underappreciated thing for sure.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And sometimes these shows can be the judges can be quite rude.
Mhm.
But I'll say this in their defense. They're really just prepping you for the things you're going to face because the world is just this harsh place sometimes when it comes to music and vocals. And as you can see, there's this um, thing that happened. I'm not going to call her name. This lady that did the national anthem, and it's all over. I'm not going to call her name. I think most people know who I'm talking about.
Oh, we know.
But it's and I get the why. I understand it, but the cruelty in some of the comments,
Yeah.
it's just unbelievable. You know.
So I did a deep dive, and what's interesting is I don't think people realize that she has been singing like that since the 80s.
Mm,
Maybe not as dramatic,
correct.
but it's been there. That heavy vibrato,
Yep, has
it,
been
it, it
there.
wasn't new for the national anthem.
Nope.
So I think, people, like, we lack minds that want to kind of just research and know,
Yep.
about the artists that have come before us and who they are. Because a lot of artists, like, they're still performing. You have Gladys Knight right now that's still on
Still,
tour. And
yes.
people are up in arms about that, but they're still doing it. Ron Isley just did a show
Yep.
at the Dell in Philadelphia. I don't know if he's on tour, but these artists are still very much performing. So I think it would behoove some people.
You say what, Mayor?
Behoove.
Be-
Just go do a little research on these people, and then you
and
might
you'll
have a
find out.
better
Mhm.
understanding of, okay,
Yeah.
this is not this didn't start yesterday.
Oh my God. And it did not.
Yeah.
But my point is just people are so harsh
Yeah.
and unforgiving and without grace. And we all need grace because you're going to need grace. I'm going to need grace. We're all going to need grace somewhere at some level in our lives. So when you sow this, it just comes back to me as it feels harsh. Um, and Eric Benet made the statement so eloquently a few days ago. He's like, y'all, when I get to a certain point in my life where, yeah, and I'm paraphrasing, where uh, I'm not killing it, so to speak, just nicely come and grab me and say, "Unc, come on off the stage." Do you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
know he didn't say any names, but I totally understood where he was going. You want to leave a legend being a wonderful legend
Hmm.
out, in the internet land. You want people to remember them for uh, the successes, if you will. Uh, but I I think, and I'm just saying, I think it shows a human side when we don't look so good, when we don't sound so good, because everything is picture perfect. We can auto tune and we can do all these different things. But when we have, and part, I'll say this too. We've been put on pedestals, or people have put some of these luminaries on pedestals to the point to where when they do have a bad day, recovering is almost impossible because we won't let them forget it. And that's what I mean. Just give grace because we are all going to need some grace and on some level, some way, somehow. I'm not saying it was the best performance. That ain't what I'm saying. But
Hmm.
just at the age that she is, she looks
Yeah.
good. Do you
Yeah.
know? She
And it's
just
funny, she still it
it
was
was
humorous. She went and did a whole nother
she
interview after
did.
that and sang it
I
again. That's funny.
know. It is
Like
funny.
she does not care about
What
what
anybody is
anybody has.
saying.
Exactly. So I love that. I thought that was nice.
I do too. I really do too. Oh my goodness. Well, I want to ask you um, something that I don't think artists always get asked, maybe. And that's like, what part of your, I mean, and you can answer if you know, if there's an answer, for you, what part of your artistry do you feel has cost you the most to develop?
Mm. The transparent part.
Ooh,
Because as you're searching, like the title of my album is called Becoming,
yes.
which really just allowed me to reinforce the who am I question.
Yep. Yep.
What am I singing about? What am I talking about here? Or and really digging into that just brought forth a new world of tapping into my emotions that
Yep.
I needed to do
Mhm.
and figure out, how am I going to navigate through telling this and also making other people feel like I go through this as well. So, one thing that I do confront in my album is a lot of self-growth and
Mm,
self-development. And I think sometimes, we kind of stray away from that, or we don't really talk about that, because that is like that is a portion of life that causes you to have to really sit with. And
mm.
everything is just so fast paced now,
It
like
is.
posting and
Yep.
going to work, coming home. Like it's just data, it's on to the next. Even
It
with
is.
content, like people
Yep.
can't watch a thing for more than 3 seconds and then they're
And
like,
they're gone.
I'm not
Do
entertained anymore. I'm moving on.
correct.
You know? And it's like for my album, I wanted to create songs where it's like, no, you're gonna have to sit with this. You're gonna have
Mm.
to listen to what I'm saying. And if you
Uh-oh.
don't listen, it's not for you. This is for people that want to be better, that want to seek, some type of an awareness about themselves and how to
Mhm.
be better. And that's my audience. It's just, those of us that want to be better in any way, any age group, any, you can be whatever color of skin, it does not matter. Like if you
That's
if
it.
you want to be better, there are just songs that really help that.
Wow. Amazing. I don't want to take another break.
Yo, we can keep going.
I don't want to take another one. Oh my gosh. I love this conversation because the one thing that I'm drawing from you, and I could be wrong, is that, your confidence is through the roof.
Mm.
Has it always been?
um it was a quiet confidence. It
Mm,
was never me saying it
okay.
or really portraying it. It was just something that was always internal.
Yeah.
So the confidence you see now again through that self-work is now something that I can pour out and not feel like, oh, am
Some
I
way
doing
about it.
too much? Is
Yeah.
this too much for someone? Is
Yeah.
this like I'm learning how to go online and tell everybody, no, this is what I do, 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 this is what I do.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to, you know, as the Bible says, like let my light shine, and I'm I'm walking in that now.
Yeah.
So no, it
Yeah.
wasn't always a thing. It was something I knew,
Yeah.
but now I've fully embraced it. And I see it's a song on my album called Embrace.
See,
Here we go, shameless plug. I'm just naming all the
no,
songs on my album,
and
but
you should, and that's
yeah.
really what I want you to do. When I come back from the break, I want you to give me an encapsulated overview of each one of those songs, what they mean to you, what inspired them. Um, but there was another question, but for the sake of time, because I have just loved the conversation.
Yeah, me
So
too.
I really have. And I just like it when it's just spontaneous. That's the most authentic part of it for me.
Hmm.
So we'll take this last break. When we come back, I want to start talking about becoming because I've listened to that since 6 o'clock this morning, from top to bottom, all day. That's all that I allowed
Hmm.
in my space.
Yeah.
And so I want you to share with me. And I know there are writers, and you produce. Did you produce the lion's share or all of it yourself?
Yes, the only other producer on the album is my husband.
Okay, okay, good.
And actually, no, there's one more, but I would say 75% of the album I produced.
You produced. Okay,
Yes.
beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, listen, you guys don't go too far. We're going to come back. Last break of the night. We're going to finish this conversation talking about the new album, Becoming. It is such a great and unique sound. And I want you guys to hear at least one of them tonight. So don't go too far. We'll be back in a little bit right here on Indie Artist Reveal
The
Worldwide.
Music Note Boutique has returned, offering must have lifestyle go tos from indie artist Reveal worldwide. Grab your Black is the New White mug, our 25-ounce hot cold travel cup, and our classic teas. Available in an array of colors. Get your essentials now. Visit us at etsy.com/shop/the Music Note Boutique. I'm Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of the indie platform Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide, where the artist shares their story and I premiere their latest release. Connect with Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide here, Mondays on Facebook and YouTube, 7:30 p.m. Central.
Hey everybody, Sabrina Taylor here, creator and host of Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide. My special guest right next to me is Mare, beautiful, beautiful singer, songwriter, producer, keyboardist, classically trained. I mean, in this little bitty old thing with all this great big old voice. You guys are going to love. The video is so beautiful. I'm going to talk about that. We're going to premiere the song Nothing. But I want to talk about becoming. Now, before I do, what I failed to share is you, this is not, you've like stood side by side with some of the best out there in the world. You've supported some really big people. Um, and now it's like you're saying, okay, now I want you to hear me. I've helped with the vision of other people's vision.
Hmm.
Now it's time for people to hear what I can do as well. Are you willing to share at least a couple of people who you've supported on stage?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I started out with Ari Lennox, and from
Oh,
there, Miss Lauren Hill. I've supported Lizzo. I've supported Sam Smith. I've supported Giveon.
jeez.
Currently, I'm on the road with the Bacon Brothers, which is consists of Kevin Bacon and Michael
Yep.
Bacon. They are a
Right.
country folk brother duo that they've been performing since the early 90s. And they are currently on tour right now, traveling through the central and west coast and back to the east coast parts of the US. So those are some names, just to name a few.
Yeah. Yeah. And where you are now is because you were touring with them, yes?
With the Bacons, yes.
Yeah. Wow. That's got to be like surreal.
Very. Very. I'm still overwhelmed and grateful for the opportunity. It's never, old to me that
I'm
I get to
sure.
do this for a living, you know.
Absolutely.
It's a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to get I want to get to your CD. Was just recently released when? This year, but what month was becoming released?
Juneteenth, actually.
Ah, okay. Intentional, yes. Was it
So when the dates were thrown out there, um, it was all of the dates in June, and my manager had said, "What about June 19th?" And I was like, Yeah, yeah.
why not?
Happy, happy, celebrate. You know,
Ah,
like let's celebrate that moment. And what was very also important that I just want to mention too about that week was I got a call to be musical director for Eve. And she did her tiny desk performance in April. But
yep.
it takes a while for everything to come out and actually be televised or,
Oh,
showed
yeah.
to the world. So
Yeah.
that was in April, and then they announced that it was going to be released on YouTube the week that my album came out. So I think
Ooh, wow.
her Tiny Desk came out on June. I want to say like the 13th or
Mhm.
14th, and then my album came out like days later. It was awesome.
Oh, you couldn't have planned that better yourself. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
that was
There
God's
must have.
timing for sure.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, Becoming. I'm loving this
Yeah.
CD. One of my favorites is Pearl. I mean, I think that matter of fact, I know that's what caught my attention. But we're going to start at the top and go down. Nothing is what
Yes.
we're going to premiere, right?
Yes.
So, what inspired Nothing?
Hmm. Well, the real story of what inspired Nothing was I used to caretake my dad, who is currently 96. I think he's 96 years old.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's everybody's reaction. Like, oh, okay.
What a
So,
long, long life. Oh my God.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
And caretaking, I used to be a teacher as well. So those are two jobs that I go hard for. Like
yeah.
when I know that people are caretaking or teaching, I'm like, oh, I'm praying for you because it just requires a lot of emotional and mental strength.
Sure.
I'll just
I
say that.
Yep.
So I was at a place where, I was out of it. I was out of the mental and emotional strength after, caretaking for him for 2 years. And I
Whoa.
came home one day and I was just depleted, like with my emotions. Like, I'm trying to also be a artist. I'm trying to still be on the road, but
Yep.
knowing my dad needs help.
Yep.
So it was just one of those days where I just went upstairs to my office studio space and just had a moment. Like, what am I doing? Like, this is a lot.
Right.
And, I prayed and just felt the answer was kind of like, just go sit down at the piano
Yep.
and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And that song was composed and written in 10 minutes.
Minutes. Wow. It's a
And
beautiful song.
yeah,
Beautiful.
it's a song of release because everyone's like, who is it about? And
Right.
I'm married and it can't be about my husband. I don't know what y'all think, but this is
Yeah.
not,
It's
an
not about
artist
you.
can an artist can absolutely write something that doesn't have to do with, what's going on in their life.
Of course they can. Of course.
Um, but it's a song of release for sure. Just letting go. Like I'm not
Mhm.
going to carry this with me, but I'm going to move forward.
Sure.
So that's what Nothing is about.
Yeah. So Pearl, my
And
favorite.
Pearl it's a two-sided message. It's a side of confidence
Yeah.
and walking in that, but also being, almost like what you mentioned earlier, just kind of honest about the flaws. Like
Yep.
we're human, so yeah, I'm confident, but I still think some days, like, am I enough? Am
Sure.
I
Sure.
qualified? Am
Right.
I good for whatever it is? So that's like the second verse, but coming back together with like confidence and knowing who you are always overpowers that. the noise of doubt or insecurity.
Yeah,
And that's Pearl. It's just an encouraging song.
it is. Now, These Dreams, wasn't that the from the band
Heart.
Art?
Yeah.
I have loved that song forever.
Me too.
And I mean, you go into Home Goods or TJ Maxx or grocery store and it's playing overhead. That song has millions of views. I mean,
Mhm.
on YouTube, and the song didn't it I think it hit number 1 on the Billboard charts. I mean, it was a like top tier song.
Yeah.
What inspired you to cover it?
That song has been with me for so long. I think one of the first moments when I first started going into the studio
Yeah.
and studying music,
Yeah.
that song These Dreams was playing. And I had never heard it before. I think I was like maybe like 18.
Okay.
I never heard that song before, and it put me into almost like a trance. Like just
Mhm.
the beauty of the introduction of the way it started, and
Yep.
then the words, what they were saying. That song has just stuck with me throughout time. So when we were talking about putting the album together and doing a cover,
Yeah.
it was no question for me that I wanted to do These Dreams and just interpret it in my own way, because I've been doing this, and dreaming since I was a child, as we talked about earlier,
Yep.
carrying just this passion for music and, wanting to just become an artist and a performer. So I thought it was the perfect song to, bring forth that message of just keeping going and dreaming, being a dreamer. And sometimes it still seems far away. Like your
Right.
dreams, like you accomplish, and then you go to sleep, and then it seems like that's where everything is happening and coming
Yeah.
alive. When you wake up, it's like, oh, I got so much work to do still.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's just a song of hope, I believe. Or the way
Yeah.
I interpret it.
Yeah. Well, what about Embrace?
So Embrace came from, it was like a John Mayer stop this train moment for me. That song is beautiful. And when I think of the message, it's just about life, and the speed of it and how it can be alarming, as you go through life. There's, you start looking back and all of the past mistakes or things that have happened. This could have gone better. This could have, and Embrace is really just to speak on that, to step into, looking at the time and realizing I need to get things moving.
Ah,
I
that
need to
part.
either accept what has happened or move forward with who I'm becoming.
Yeah. Heart on My Sleeve, I really love. Um, the way you worded, and tell me if I'm wrong. Um, it's like you knew the person in the song loved you with this passionate love. It's like, tell me how to show me how to do that. How do how how do I love with my heart on my sleeve like that? And I mean, I know how you do, but tell me,
So
how do I do this? What was the inspiration behind Heart on My Sleeve?
I think that's my most vulnerable song.
I could tell.
And there is like a lot of truth into, the introvertedness in me.
Yeah.
All of those things were true.
Wow.
And
Wow.
wanting to find a way to not, like, how do I communicate this
Mhm.
without saying I'm an introvert, and like, I wanted to find the best way possible to bring admiration to people that are just, they do it naturally. They love naturally. They're themselves
Love big.
naturally.
Yeah.
I wanted
Mhm.
to find a way to word that,
You did it.
so
You did that. Oh my,
yeah.
that was amazing. I was like, did she really write that? What? I mean, the
Yeah.
wording itself was just it just made you listen from lyric to lyric to lyric. You didn't want to miss anything because I didn't know what you were going to say next. It's
Mm,
not the normal way that a person would write. I mean, that's the only way I could explain this song. It's like, these are fabulous words.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah. And it was early this morning. Um, and I was going across the causeway. And so there was water on the left side of me. And that was like for me, like a perfect moment of hearing that song and remembering that song. So when I'm loved, I want that. I want
Mm-hmm.
it the way that you're describing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it sticks with me. It really does. Now, Bad Habits. Tell me about it.
Bad Habits was a song that I had released long prior to putting the album together.
Yeah,
And it's again, it's just one of those transparent songs, like being honest about, some things you struggle with.
yeah.
Because I think sometimes, a lot of women, we don't really do that.
Hmm.
Or I don't see it, commonly happening, like especially in relationships. Like they have these podcasts now and everything is on the man or what the man did wrong. And, it's
Yeah, I do.
like,
Yeah,
okay, I hear that, but we
we
be we
got
be
some.
we be a
Mhm.
little wrong sometimes too.
We
Sometimes.
do, and we do.
Just sometimes.
Yeah.
So I thought it was important to talk about that.
Emphasize that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Answer.
Another song about my dad, or I would say
Aw.
inspired by him. In the beginning, you kind of hear a conversation that we had again that I had to release through music.
Sure, sure.
Just another encouraging song to um, move forward. And also, when we talk about all of my multifaceted gifts and talents that I have, like being an artist, being a songwriter, being a music director, and not really having the leadership or mentorship
Yep.
to see how these things are done,
Hmm.
and feeling upset early on, like how am I supposed to do this? And there's no guidebook.
There's no book.
There's no one showing me the way.
Nope.
And I was like, God at some point just told me, well, you are trailing the path, so you be the
So
way.
you be the right. Yeah,
And
you
that
be
is
the guy.
that is what answer is.
Aw, I
Is
love
you're the seed planted. You're can't think of the words right now, but all of those
it.
things I'm saying in answer is
You're the solution to
you're the
something
solution. Yeah.
great. Yeah. And that's what I felt. I wanted to be sure that that's what I was hearing.
Yeah.
But now somebody new. That's your most recent release, yes?
It's on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that what's kind of being and when I say release, is that the one that's being focused on the most now or not
So
really?
I think at a certain point, all of the songs have been given attention.
It
So
has.
so now somebody new is, I guess, the one that the song that's being pushed.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We've got one more, and it's called Home.
Yes, home is home is the closing out, and I think it just concludes, like you said, the message of the album,
Yeah,
and finding my sound, finding my way through what I wanted to say lyrically, and who I am. I
yeah,
think it's just home. It feels like home. And I think of, like when anyone moves into a home for the first time, it's exciting. There's an emotion there that you can't explain. So I wanted to try to convey that musically
yeah,
as well as lyrically. So
yeah.
it has different meanings.
Right. But the title itself. So we've gone through all, what was it, 10 of them?
Hmm.
10 tracks. So becoming it, um, it's an interesting word because to some degree, it suggests that, you know, you are you're not finished.
Hmm.
You are still um, you're growing, you're finding more about yourself, you're evolving, um, you're learning more self care, there's so many different facets. And is there one facet of yourself that, how do I ask? Is there one facet of yourself that and I think you alluded to that you're one of the songs you were becoming more transparent in, or on, you know, because I feel like you're a really private person. That's why I'm asking this. And sometimes when we're writing, a lot of us think, as you said, hey, that song's about you. You were in a bad relationship, that happened, this happened. And why couldn't it be an experience that you saw,
Mhm.
somebody go through, rather it be you, right? Um, so becoming is this big, um, beautiful word, like a black swan.
Mm.
You know, that's what I see of you when I look at it and hear it, and how you glow. When you do your promos for the different snippets of the songs, it's like you are, as if the confidence weren't enough.
Mhm.
There's more coming out of you.
Yeah.
But you tell me, why becoming? Why the title becoming? Out of all of the songs that are on there, it could have been Pearl that was the title of the song of the album. Why becoming?
I think you explained it best when you said not finished.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And that was something that I was going to say, because I think a lot of times after you do a thing, or after you've completed a thing, or after you go over one hill or mountain,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes there's settlement there, or
Mm.
there's this ego there, or
Mm-hmm.
there's this big-headedness,
Yeah,
just
I
many
do.
many many things that can happen once you get to the mountain
Yep.
of or accomplishing something. And for me, it's processing all of those things, and understanding that, okay, this is one piece of the whole equation,
Yeah.
and there's more road to be traveled.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also hope that that is what people also feel and understand as they're listening for their own personal journey and story, is to keep going,
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
keep motion. i
Mm.
think i think that's what's so important. Like, talking about my dad and seeing one thing about just getting to the age of 96 is like
Yep.
he never stops. Like, he has never stopped moving his body.
Well, that's a good
and
thing. Yeah.
and just sometimes seeing how just slowing down can cause some type of death. And it may
Repercussions.
not be physical,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Mm-hmm.
can be you know a death of inspiration, a death of
Yep.
hope.
Wow.
So I think the fact that knowing that there's more, believing that there's more, it helps you to go in the direction of more.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to
To
lead
relay.
with becoming.
Yeah. I am super, excited about what's next for you. And this album is unique. You guys, her sound is unique. And I want you to, share the emojis and all of you know what I like. Throughout the video is beautiful, and she's just as pretty as she wants to be. So
Oh,
you really are on this. So I want you guys to enjoy Nothing tonight by our special guest Mare right here on Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide.
What did I miss?
me high, then realize you was my downfall. Funny how I gave you time, funny you gave your behind a kiss. What did I miss? I'm not no chaser, but you had me running after you. Caught up tripping over you like I was a world traveler. Funny I would've gave you life, funny how you gave me lies to believe. Oh, now I need to learn my lessons, no more guessing where I stand. Hope this land in your head, you won't find me stressing. I'm not pressing over you. Here's how I know I'm over you. You could bend over backwards, write up 1,000 letters, signed to my name. Nothing would change. You could tell me you're better and cross the hottest desert. Nothing you do will have me get back with you. I would've crossed the 7 seas if you told me. I would've hid all of your skeletons if you loaned them to me. I would've destroyed your pride, could've opened your eyes to see what we could be. But you just had to go and take me for granted. That was your first time, I don't give second chances, no. Funny I would've gave you life, funny how you gave me lies to believe. Oh, now I need to learn my lessons, no more guessing where I stand. Hope this land in your head, you won't find me stressing. I'm not pressing over you. Here's how I know I'm over you. You could bend over backwards, write up 1,000 letters, signed to my name. Nothing would change. You could tell me you're better and cross the hottest desert. Nothing you do will have me get back with you. You could bend over backwards, write up 1,000 letters, signed to my name. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. Cross the nothing you do will have me get back with you. Nothing you do will have me get back with you.
That's music from Mare. Nothing. So beautiful.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Who was the videographer?
So the videographer was Ira Evans.
Okay.
And he's my makeup artist as well.
Ah,
So
okay.
he transitioned into doing the video, creative directing it, and he did such a phenomenal job.
He did. Absolutely. Just amazing. Simply amazing. So, what is it that Mayor wants every new follower to be left with after just absorbing all 10 of those songs? What do you want to leave them with, Mayor?
Just inspired, just encouraged,
Yeah.
and sitting with the music, like taking
Yeah.
it in,
Yeah.
feeling the emotions, feeling, because it's like you have to do so much now on social media. You got to do a backflip and a jig and a dance and all of
Yeah.
these things to try to get people's attention. But I'm trying to just really encourage the art of true talent.
Yep.
Like you can be good and that's enough. You can sing and that's enough. You can songwrite and that's enough. And I hope that people also are encouraged off of that, even if you're like an artist or whatever you do. Just know that you're enough with whatever it is that you do.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, we want you to follow Mare inmaryland.com. I love that. And I purposely um, capitalize it so people can see your name right in the center of it in the website there. But her website's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful person inside and out. Facebook, Instagram. Are you on TikTok as well? Yes. Okay.
In Maryland,
In
for
there?
everything.
Yeah, for everything. Yep, absolutely. And you're touring. We're just so excited about you touring, and we just appreciate you taking the time to stop by Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide and sharing your story, your heart, the love of your music, your new album and release, all of it. We are just uh, honored. And you're so gracious to have done that. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me. I
Uh,
appreciate you.
yeah, it's a pleasure. It's definitely a pleasure. Well, everybody, I want to thank you for coming, stopping in, and supporting Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide. We're about to wrap up this particular season. I try to get in. Do you know I'm 19 episodes in? So,
Ooh.
yeah, I know. That's a lot of episodes. So, once I get to about maybe 20, about 23-ish or 24, definitely not going over 25, but I'll let you guys know we're going to um, kind of go on a little hiatus for the rest of the year after whichever one I decide. I think it'd be more close to 24 episodes. That's when I'm done. And then we'll start all over again in 2027, uh, fresh and ready to go. Well, Mayor, again, thank you so much for coming by. We appreciate you. If you ever need us for anything, please don't hesitate. You got my phone number now,
I
okay? And
sure
your
do.
family. And your family.
I
Ah,
sure do.
yes, indeed. Well, everybody remember what you make happen for others. God will make it happen for you. We thank you. And you guys have a great week.